making a bit of an escape, and then comeback sort of happened in both regards. So, yeah, I don't know, mate. I don't know. This game has been very ropey, very up and down, and for these two teams that play so heavily with momentum, I think this leads to a very impulsive yet explosive third and final map.
It feels very difficult to predict for me. That's the thing. And I don't think anybody, I don't envy anybody with that ability. It's going to be Chetz starting on that CT side down. We already said about how much of an advantage that gives the Chetz sides alone, right? It's one of the more CT-sided maps in the pool, especially at the moment in terms of the tier 1 level. It's definitely seemed to be kind of leaning in that favor. So I have to wait and see how things pan out. But ladies and gentlemen, one map to decide who advances to the semi-finals. We'll have to wait and see as Ents takes facing towards mid.
Yeah, I like this. Getting proactive. MMS wants to chase the USP. You know, the casual MM strat. 1 mid-peak, 4 hold B. Feels like the one that Chetz have adopted here. Artist goes looking with the Glock. Head taken off by the dualies. Swaggy, yet again, using the Akimbo pistol to find himself a man advantage. And for his team now settling into that 5v4. Can be very, very impressionate. Giraffe not letting go of the crouch key, but Swaggy has caught on to a lot of wind here on this Viperio B monster pop. There's your first kill, and a second and a third. Oh, Swaggy! And a real round with the dualies. Unrealistic, yet the passion rolls over. Chetz with a pistol. Viperio silenced.
All 5 for Swaggy as well. That is stunning. That is spectacular from him. They needed a hero, they needed someone to step up to the plate just to make a difference, and he does exactly that. That is brilliant. And on the other side, you got to say, for Viperio, where was the trays? Where was him being dropped in that monster push? For Chetz, they've been given such a brilliant lifeline and such an extension coming in towards this CT side. Over towards the D side, I mean, 4 pistols coming out and 1 scout to try and hope they can find some success.
They were poking around for a boost there. I'm not sure if you caught onto that. The 4-man assembled in the second round. I must admit, that boosters fell like very out of fashion. I don't know what it is on the T side. Like, I just don't see any teams doing it anymore. That's probably the first time, honestly, in about 40 maps of casting Overpass that I've seen that boost happen. Like, maybe I'm just the unlucky one that doesn't get to see it. But that was like, man, it's been a good while since I've seen that boost even attempted, never mind successful. Very nice pistol round from Chetz. I mean, sure, it was Swaggy that found 5 kills, but ultimately the fact that you keep so many people alive, you get some luxury, right? There's a couple of M4s. The MP9s can actually hold some fairly okay utility with them as well. And for Viperio, being shut down pre-bomb plant means your hands are kind of tied. Like most teams will go for an eco. Viperio opt for a force, thinking the scout was going to find an early kill. So kind of banking on a bit of a pop here and close range with Tech 9s and Deagles.
Got a sound being made as well. That's just going to fly their way in towards this B side. The MP9 at this sort of range. Because problem is the flashes are huge, but in steps Xavi just for 1. Hang on a second, they've lost the sight.
And the bomb plant goes down off the back of it. Viperio man advantage. A couple of MP9s can get scooped up from Monster. Gives me... Gotta be careful, playing with fire as the smoke starts to fade from heaven. Swaggy will try and get his hands dirty, but another tag by the scout. Chetz have called it. Despite winning the pistol and possibly having a man advantage, they've thrown it all away. An M4 is dropped by Artist, a 4v2 scenario. And Viperio, a follow-up round denied from Chetz.
I said in towards map number 1, right? It's not about who takes the pistol, it's about who takes the force by. That's what matters most for Chetz. Keeping all these last 2 as a priority. TVS, please don't swing right and you'll be absolutely fine. As long as he doesn't, they should keep all, well, the both of their M4 LNSs ticking in towards the next, and they will. But that is a real rough round to lose, and an important one for Viperio too, because it means that they themselves have money to work with. They can, you know, buy in and around that scouting towards the next, and the MP9 save the cross, and they're actually just going to go for, you know, the Galils to come in. For Giraffe, I'm assuming probably a Mag 10 maybe? No, a Galil himself. So for Viperio, decent buy. Same can't be said for Chetz. That double M4 saved the cross, and a double MP9, and just a pistol for Xavi to support.
Third round, I don't know what to say. Chetz on fire on the pistol. Fizzled out in the follow-up. Dutchy has a wall bang with an MP9. How unorthodox is that?
Great start. Really, really great start. Needs more though. Molotov will come through. Drop's going to force his way in front of it. Risky, but it could work in their favour.
Not bad, not bad. Good spam ping. Artist goes and kills Xavi, who has a response. 5 HP ping. All he had to do was collect 1 bullet, and Xavi would have found a double. Instead, it's a 2v2 that they have to work from. But a double swing from Monster. TVS decides to split from his teammate, and that might just be the demise. Ents, oh, it's all about timing. Swaggy dips under the radar. Ents is going to start gutting out B and realizing, indeed, will be an A play. Does he beckon the bomb back because he knows he's not on short? Gives me starting to move up towards A. There's a lot more unknown on the upper side of the map, but they commit to it anyway. Ents thinking it's B. Penny hasn't even dropped yet that it's the other side of the map. The bomb plant will give it all away. But on the other side of the map, no kit, 1v2. I was going to say, you've got to shut the doors early. You've got to send this one done. Chetz, 1-2 down.
This is, again, you know, not really how they expected things to start. Look where we were. You know, Chetz, Swaggy, individual brilliance, but they're the only 5 kills he's found so far. There's an ace in towards the pistol and then nothing since. Not exactly the dream start in a way with how things actually looked initially. Finding a pistol in such a dominant fashion, such a statement, but it's all about how you get back up from those sort of knockdowns, and credit to Viperio, they have come out swinging and in such an immaculate fashion. The positive note for Chetz is that, you know, Ents saved that M4A1S, which is nice, but they can't really afford to invest around it. Dutchy potentially could pick himself up and upgrade a pistol, but if they want any chance of picking him an AWP, you can't really afford to do so either. So Viperio, they should extend their lead to 2 rounds off the back of this next one with a 3-1 scoreline, because, yeah, there really isn't too much for them to work with. Just Swaggy picking himself up into a P250, double kill, double AK, and a Mac 10 for Viperio, and that should be more than plenty for them to find 3.
I can't believe the pistol still, mate. I'm still a little bit hung up on it, in all honesty. I think the follow-up from it has been the most shocking part. Win the pistol, lose the follow-up, lose the force. So Chetz are down to the eco. 1M4 saved, Ents yet to die. Immortal, it seems, here on Overpass, but certainly not going to be flawless for the Chetz side of things, only as an individual. Let's concede. Viperio playing with that Mac 10, as you said, probably looking to farm some cash, and very slow start of the round here. Condor hasn't been blown off, hasn't been opened, so I feel like the later you leave it here, Viperio, the more information it might give away here to this Chetz side. And this is just holding it down. As soon as it opens, you know the reaction. Just hold down mouse 1. But 45 seconds. The bomb makes its way from B back towards A. Gives me going to be first contact on Banana, because Artist has slipped his way all the way through long. And, well, ultimately, that's the A site free. No wonder the bomb's making its way round. Artist could be in for some mega money making here.
That's it. I mean, that Mac 10, he could pick up a lot of money. And even if he does fall, might be enough for an AWP. So we say, Ents, other ideas. We'll find Artist. Now, numbers favour the CT side. The firepower's not great. But they might even just force into to try and make this retake work. They know they'll have money in towards the next anyway. But MMS, double for him. Giraffe, yet one more. And it's all down to 2 on the retake. I think actually it's just going to be a safe call.
It should be. It should be. You know, you've got 1 M4, 1 AK. Both weapons are very capable in the next round, especially that AK on Xavi, right?
Of course.
Unlock a whole new dimension of one-shot headshots, and, you know, everyone knows what the AK does against the T side. It's just a better gun to save. Doesn't stop the scoreline from going in favour of Viperio once again. Feels like the T side, whoever starts on the T side just is confident, right? Just literally sending it in. Look at map 1, Ancient, picked by Chetz. Viperio start on the CT side. You know, they win 10-5. Then again, Vertigo, you know, it was Viperio's pick. Chetz start on the CT side. They got 10-5. Now, seems to be the side has switched a little bit. Can Viperio begin to open up that gap and put Chet's CT side Overpass in a bit of a compromise? This round will tell it all, because it's 4 M4s and an AK.
I mean, granted, yeah, for Chetz, it's a better buy, but even what is technically a bonus, you know, real technical sense of Viperio, if they can make something work off this, it'd be huge. Giraffe will fall. That's an AK upgrade over the M4A1S. As Chetz will open up the bank here in towards round number 5. Man advantage in their favour. Now they've got numbers to work with, and it means that they don't get spread too thin here.
Man disadvantage isn't the end of the world. MMS going to start to slip up long. His team to follow him. In fact, all 4 players just positioned out on long. Don't know what the plan is here for Viperio. Do they want to just pull the pin, make a contact play? I mean, Chetz haven't really gone looking yet, so... First... they'll get of it is all this util that flies over the A site. 1 kill could be good for TVS, and he will do exactly that. Nothing more, nothing less. It's Swaggy, eyes on him as he finds himself a double. Nearly finds the transfer, but Ents will save the day from garbage. And Chetz, I mean, they had no read into the long play, but the reactions were perfect. Yeah,
it's fantastic. And also, the most important thing, and it's something that we were speaking about earlier in terms of with Viperio, when they would lose rounds, they still make it expensive. And it always meant that, you know, a little bit of turmoil over towards Chetz. That's better. They only have 1 casualty, which means that in the grand scheme of things, it's never going to be too problematic long term. With 4 remaining alive and that AWP still in play for them. Fantastic stuff for Chetz. Much, much better. Off the back of losing those 3 rounds in a row, you were getting a little bit worried. We were for it, but now, of course, it's a little bit more on the competitive side. You look towards Viperio too. Very mixed buy here, and one in which is quite risky because it's a full investment. Failed to convert here. This could be dicey. Chetz not only tying the game up, potentially taking a lead.
I remember opening game of the season, I think. Oh, not opening game of the season entirely, but for Chetz, called Royals at the time, when they played with James BT. Was I with you for that?
Yes, you were, mate.
Yeah. Remember that one? 22 and, what was it, 7?
Yeah, James BT's first game in about, what was like 3 months.
Mate,
he played like 1 face-it pug in like 3 months.
3 pugs in the last month and a half.
Yeah, and he was top fragging as well. My go.
I was going to say, like, that one individual made that game, but it felt like that season, which is obviously still this one, Chetz haven't been too bad on the CT sides. Now that they have a chance, it's a great response. Dutchy swings in, catches Ping off guard, then just falls back. Right play in numbers, I like it. Dutchy trades again, influential from this wooden divider position. 3 on the board, or 4 on the board to his name, 3 on the board for Chetz. Viperio, financially, a little bit out of it now. There is a chance that the CT side can take the lead again.
Yeah, I mean, financially, they're in the dumps, that T side, right? I mean, now you look towards them and what they can bring in towards the next, and it really shouldn't be too much, especially if they want any kind of opportunity to pick up an AWP. I think Giraffe should make sure he doesn't invest at all, realistically speaking. As I say that, he'll pick himself up in towards a Tech 9. For the Chetz side, it's better, and it means that they should guarantee themselves up to 4 rounds. These pistols, if they can make it expensive, it would be nice. That's all what we always say. You know, a bomb plant would be a brilliant cherry on top, but they surely can't take a round. You'd hope, anyway.
Well, yeah. Then again, have we learned anything in this game other than...
You can never predict anything.
Yeah, well, exactly that, mate. It has been a real roll of the dice, this game so far. So back and forth, but it's been an enjoyable watch. Swaggy continues his display here on Overpass. He doesn't want things to end in the name of Viperio. It's a great double from Ents. Swaggy making it a double of his own as MMS will be punctured with the first shot on the P250. I don't think any more would suffice at this point, though. As indeed, there will be a swing from Ents to make it 3. Swaggy's double means a full house for the 2A holds. And ultimately, Chetz will take 4. So in front for the first time since the pistol. How long can they hold on to this lead for?
That is a good question. I mean, where we are right now, for Chetz, it's thankfully a really good resurgence. What started so well, then crumbled a little bit. They've managed to get back into control. And the most important thing for Chetz is to make sure that they kind of go in towards that second half with a real wealth of a lead. That even if they were to lose a pistol, it wouldn't be problematic. And that's what we're looking for them to find, 9-10 rounds, which isn't out of the realm of possibility since you've had back-to-back 10-5 half. Swaggy, good start, instantly traded by Ping.
I mean, brilliant that, again, so high octane that these trades are happening, that fast pace is delivering. Javi. We haven't seen this in quite some time. Just some aggression from the CT side, and it is perfectly timed as he goes to slip up connector. Viperio stop holding it. Hence, jump spotting. MMS will at least know about it. I did say Javi slips up the ladder, but he's actually just playing for information, and he would have heard absolutely everyone go towards A right now, and he is on such a fast flank. The last player in the queue for Viperio is the bomb carrier. If he was any quicker, he'd have known that this is an A play, but he'll be calling over the resources anyway, and I agree. Viperio double stacked on long, one towards short, but going to be welcomed by 3 CT players. It's just not looking good for them. Viperio have been read like a book.
Yeah, that's it. TVS, jump peeking, and he just walks straight into danger. Ping, that's the freest kill he'll find. Low HP on towards Ents as well. The bomb should go down pretty comfortably unless Dutchy can pull off some magic.
Oh no, how has this one happened? I mean, the flank was good. Bomb plant, it can be denied. Where are the 2 dots on the minimap? Well, one of them's going to be mollied off from Bank. Artist is going to run through it, but Javi has him punished. And despite heroics from Ping, it's not going to be enough to win them the round. The bomb can get denied once more, but Giraffe goes swinging. Javi will deny. And that's a brilliant hold for Chetz. It's the big man of Javi to give Chetz a 2-round lead. Despite that looking all in favour of Viperio, and they'll be taking a tactical timeout off the back of that, wondering what the hell just happened.
Yeah, I mean, that's exactly it. I mean, that's a round in which, you know, looked like everything should have been okay. And I said a lot of reliance on Dutchy, but the second that bomb gets denied, it completely changes things. And we said about, you know, Xavi as an individual, you know, he's new to this roster, new to my eyes as well. I wasn't really too sure what he would be able to bring to the table, and I'm really, really glad to see that, you know, he stepped up in his own regard. So, massive from them. Chetz up to a 5th round here on their CT side. And, well, I gotta say, starting to bridge quite the notable gap that we would have hoped from a CT side. For Viperio, back to the drawing board for them, where it's just pistols coming in towards the necks, and they can't really muster up too much of a 4-buy even if they wanted to. This is another rough round where Chetz should extend the lead to 3 rounds.
See it go. What's going to happen? Viperio on Tech 9s, little tapping away with the A1S. Hence, just jumping on his teammate's head while he gets the chance. I don't know what's going on there, but Giraffe starts to wander out into the crosshair of Dutchy, forms a few Viperio players. Javi kind of here to hold his hand in the hold from short. He will fall. Dutchy still staying alive and dropping a smoke in front of him. Buys valuable seconds for the rotates to come in. Should be a bomb plant. Nice shots from Ping over the top of the smoke. TVS should at least have a trade. But Artist has found his way towards default. Dutchy swings out and he's able to find the kill. And the initial contact on the B holders held the entire round here. And it's a brilliant job from Dutchy. 3 in the round. Does a hell of a lot in terms of holding up the play. Viperio concede a 6th.
Yeah, I mean, one of those things, what we were saying for Viperio, we're very limited firepower brought to the table. It should have gone that way. Now is where this is their best opportunity for a long time to really kind of turn the tables, and they have to here. I feel like if Chetz go up to 7, this already starts to slip away from their grasp. And it also even gets to the point that if Chetz convert a 7th here, it makes you question that if Viperio haven't found that force buy, would we now be sitting at 9-0 or something along those lines? Because when they've had, you know, the confident full by Chetz have looked relatively unscathed.
Head taken off, trying to wallbang the boost. Dutchy does well to dodge and weave. Swaggy is moving in from connector, but another boost. This time performed by Viperio that grants a 2nd frag for the T side. Dutchy, yeah, again, his name in the kill feed, doing God's work for Chetz. 2 kills, 3v3, brings things back level. There's a chance now this post plant could go Chetz's way.
It's better, right? I mean, in the position now
Swaggy.
where for... Oh no, hang on a second actually though. Where Swaggy sets up, all he has to do is hope that someone can just bait the attention.
That's what he's hoping for. I mean, the flashes are trying to buy something. Spots out your first, has the shot. Now Gizmy has to react. He has to play a little more uptight on short as the teammates take engagements. They now know where Gizmy is. Problem is that bomb, 2/3 of the way gone. Dutchy's got a smoke and he will be dropping it maybe on top of the bomb. He's trying to bait out the shots here, Gizmy. The swing comes out. Dutchy's got him covered. Is there enough time to defuse?
Yeah.
It's close. But indeed, they do. 7 on the board for Chetz. And who better than Dutchy? Another quad kill, 14 and 5.
He's stepping up massively here. You know, him and Swaggy, right? 2 UK boys really putting the seam on his back. And as well to mention, you know, one of their heaviest hitters, the guy that we were saying coming into this game that could make a difference, that of TVS, has been a little bit quiet, right? And I think with him being quiet and the same to be said over towards the T side of Artists, right? Both the AWPers struggling to find the impact on towards Overpass, which is, I guess in a way, a bit of a, you know, a question mark, because, you know, AWPers like to play Overpass. There's a lot of those long lines of sight. We see, you know, at times some individuals really step up to the plate with the AWP, but it hasn't seemed to have been the case. It gives me as well over towards Viperio, being a little bit quiet, and he's one of those high impact riflers who can really make a difference. You know, if they plug some of those gaps, for Viperio especially, you know, Gizmy steps up a little bit more, Artist finds a little bit more impact with the AWP, then potentially we could start to see a bit of a resurgence. And I think if TVS starts to find his form, then Chetz will just run away with not only this half, potentially the game and the series.
Tech pause now, so a little longer than the 30 seconds you get. There you go, nice little graphic, just in case you didn't hear me. Tech pause, that's what it says, it's what we're in. Who knows, mate? Who knows what the go is right now? I mean, Chetz are doing wonders. I've got to say, Dutchy, what a performance from him, mate. What a performance in this third map, where they needed it most as well. Like, you think Chetz winning Vertigo, like, who was the key factor? It felt like a team game, right? And that one comes quite close, 16-11. This one, mate, Dutchy's all over him, 14 and 5.
Yeah.
Think of the Artist performance in map 1 and how influential that was to give Viperio the win. Dutchy does the same. Maybe there's a chance that Chetz can progress further than just a quarterfinal, something that feels like has been their ceiling in the ESL Premiership, right?
No, I agree. I feel like there's always been a mental block when it's come towards the playoffs for this Chetz side, or of course previously known as Royals, right? Because they've always seemed to make very good runs through groups where they've been, you know, a very formidable side, and we saw that. I mean, especially when you consider the group that they were in with the likes of Endpoint and Wompin, you know, 2 of the arguably top 3 teams within UK. I mean, Endpoint being number 1, and then Wompin fighting for that second place. I think they currently, you know, in my eyes, sitting around that kind of 3rd, 4th place in terms of their rating within the UK scene. And, you know, credit to Chetz, right? To have an exactly similar score at 4 wins, 1 loss off the back of their group is really already a standout from them in terms of the consistency and the form that they're starting to find. But they never seem to go further, as you mentioned. Is this the first time we're going to see this Chetz side, you know, pushed away into the semi-final, be a top 4 in the UK, and really solidify the impact that they're having? And I guess on the other side, for Viperio, those inconsistencies that we've seen this season across, you know, a variety of tournaments, maybe, you know, coming back to haunt them a little bit here.
The last time the branding of Chetz and Swaggy was in the playoff stage, he was playing with Ping and Kreitz, and that was in the ESL Premiership Spring 2021. So we are going back well over a year now. Nearly 2 years ago this was, right? And funnily enough, the only team that they lost to in the playoff stage was Endpoint twice, right? They played against them in the upper bracket semi-finals. They lost 2-0, 16-12 when Train was around, and when Vertigo was first introduced, 16-12, 16-9. Then they went on a lower bracket run, beating UMX and Xenex to take them to the finals. So a 2nd place finish. Since then, it has been in the group stage. They've lost chance at conference every single time since then. Now they're back with a bang. This is the first time in well over a year and a half that they found themselves in the playoffs. Wouldn't this be a time to solidify top 4 and to, as you said, assert dominance back in a UK field? Swaggy, great shot to start things off. Ping removed, 5v4.
Good start, really good start for Chetz to just continue ticking across, continue being a formidable force it. Already with the numbers in their favour, this is where we can start to see Chetz do some of their best work, especially now, you know, that quad rifle in play, just play off the back of trades.
Five v 4. Now 3. Ents. Takes down Artist, bomb carrier, a lot of information given away. Swaggy's just one-tap Giraffe,
Oh, no.
if I've heard that correctly. Down to 2. I mean, MMS has got pretty good timing. Has heard the flank towards long, taps away himself. I'd like to see a little more discipline, maybe, you know, get a bit closer, see if you can catch Ents off as well. Because surely they now know that there's going to be someone in on long. I mean, Gizmy's done well to displace him himself, but they know the remaining positions, these last 2 players. Swaggy, making noise, could have his life taken away from him from a 5v2 down to this. Gizmy and MMS could be pulling off one hell of a clutch. Xavi positioned in connector though. Gonna hear both sets of steps. There's your first MMS. What a reactionary shot down to Dutchy in the 1v1.
Great turn. Half HP for MMS and outrage. The M4NS should see it off, and they will. Chetz still guarantee themselves a lead at that half of 8 rounds, and the way in which they're playing, it should be made many, many more, because this continues to be such a stalwart performance on towards their CT of Overpass. It looked like potentially it could have taken a turn with those 2 really stepping up to the plate, bringing it down to 1 versus 1, and MMS doing a little bit of a, that God's work with 3 kills to his name, but not to be. Couldn't quite convert it on towards a 4th kill for himself personally, and a 4th round for Viperio. That lead extended to 5 rounds now, and I said that for Chetz, I would like to see them get to, 9, potentially 10 rounds. Well, they're 1 away. A great nade too.
Great flash to set them off. It was Gizmy's onto Viperio. Xavi's able to collect a double off the back of it. Tech9s are doing a bit of work. Dutchy and Xavi both removed. Ultimately, it's still an advantage that favours in the court of Chetz. Hence, double swung. Giraffe finding another 3 kills for Viperio right now. TVS gonna hear the movement, knows that they're coming towards CT. Legs up 1. Artist, not enough ammunition, switches out to the Tech9. Now they know Giraffe bombing it up towards A. Bomb plant will not get denied. Got to hit it. The headshot does exactly that. Swaggy, where do you come from? He's running in from connector. And Giraffe, now it's about playing mind games. Where does he go? He slips into bank, but his back turned to Swaggy. He'd have heard that Molotov, so now he knows where the remaining player's coming from. Does Swaggy expect it from bank? Currently looking towards truck. Sticks the bomb. Continues to hold. Tap it away. Giraffe in the 1v2. Viperio with Tech9s have 4.
He stepped up when someone needed to for Viperio, because they have seriously struggled. Their individuals aren't quite performing in the way they would have hoped. And Giraffe puts the team on his back when it's needed most. A crucial, crucial round for the T side when this was already starting to dwindle. It looked like Chetz were, which set up for a 9th. And off the back of a brutal buy, they've made something work. And this is where we've said, when things aren't looking too good, a change in tempo, a change in pace really, really helps out some of these struggling teams. And once again, as we've seen, it has.
Oh. It's a game of cat and mouse. Who fires the shot and ducks the quickest? That's what it feels like. TVS wants to have a look over the top, but instead tries to thread the needle from underneath. The shot that misconnects. That means Chetz now still fall in the court of this 5v5. Ping taking connector, gives me to support. And right now, Viperio just want to work the control towards A, and they have done exactly that.
Well, for now, just trying to take a little bit of control in towards bathroom. Swaggy going to post up in the close right-hand corner. MMS gotta clear this, and he doesn't. Swaggy gets a freebie, and that gives the numbers to Chetz. He's looking for more, but he's met with a grenade.
Oh, Gizmy. Surely knows that he's at least tagged by the HE. Won't know for the exact quantity. A headshot will be enough anyway. 4v4. Viperio now uninterested. A distaste towards A as they move back towards T connector. Are they going to make the old bait and switch and run it in towards B?
I think it's looking like it. Wrapping all the way around. Numbers brought level. There's a rotation coming through from that CT side, and quick rotations to come through from Heaven as well. Ent's going to play off the back of the boost. This could get info in towards Monster. From where he is, a lot should be spotted. As the flash comes through, they should know.
Well, first fight drawn out. Dutchy tagged up, but a bomb plant, and it will not be denied. Ents will find one. Xavi will blind a second. Artist and Giraffe 2v4 here. Shots rattling off. Hold on a second. What's just happened? Oh my god, Artist. Can't whiff his lines, but does. Xavi 9 HP, lobs in the nade, dinked up Artist, so low on HP. Can he find it? Can he deliver? It's low, it's good for Artist. A 5th on the board for Viperio. This game keeps on giving.
And we said as well, we've been just begging, hoping for Artist to step up a little bit because, you know, it hasn't been the strongest of performances from him so far. It's been a little bit on the quiet side. But when it matters most in the clutch, he really steps up and it's a home run for him. Fantastic. He needed to find that round. And for what started pretty badly, and, you know, I don't want to, you know, isolate an individual. I feel like for Swaggy in that sort of round, I feel like he should just fallen away with the numbers intact, right? You know, he keeps trying to push the agenda further and further in towards Bathroom, and it doesn't work. Gives me swings, deletes, and once the numbers are level, trades always benefit the T side, especially in a numbers level format. It's left now the CT with very little money to work with, and Swaggy burning down to a crisp 26 points of HP has to play out this round out.
Yeah, certainly not the most ideal of scenarios to be in. One right now, I don't think anyone will have any issues against for VIPGirafffe. Up angle, Giraffe kind of half checked it, then realised that there was someone in front of him in his crosshair. And turns back, finds the frag. 5 versus 2. One plant happens. There's no stopping this round going Viperio's way. To get 6 on the T side of Overpass, considering the start for Chetz, this has been a brilliant recovery here by Viperio. Unbelievable.
Yeah, from what was in a really, really horrible state as well. I think there was even kind of, we were having conversations about this being 10 rounds, if not more, but with how things were just slipping away from Chetz. And I think, honestly, for Chetz, rookie mistakes have been their biggest thorn in their side, which is where we stand now. Up to an 8-6. Viperio on the cusp of making this as even as a half as it possibly can be. And at one point, what we were saying, 8-3? And now look where we are, 8-6. I mean, what a recovery. And credit to Viperio, that mental fortitude to allow for something like this to happen. A lot of credit has to be given to them. For now, even still, not a done story. We have no idea what Chetz are like on their T side. So I'm not going to write any full stops just yet in this book.
Yeah, certainly can't like dot your I's and cross the T's just yet. As you said, there's still plenty to play for here in this game. And considering it's the narrowest margin in terms of halftime scoreline that we're going to see in this best of 3, certainly a time for either team to be taking it. The question is who? Who's going to be that team to, you know, pull ahead in the second half? Chetz, although short, rounds advantage certainly will be their way heading into the halftime whistle. They will have to deal with the uphill battle of being on the T side now. And that is a massive adjustment. Great shot from TVS to start things off. Giraffe has found himself a straight though. 4 versus 4. TVS thought he could get away with more, but a great no-scope from Artist. Pinpoint where it matters. He's able to take down the rifler. Connect control is theirs, but it comes at the cost of 2 players on either side.
Now, spotted I think there, Davi. Don't peek, or he might fall to the hands of Giraffe, and he will. Numbers go in favour of the T side. Giraffe does take a tag, but lucky, fortunate to stay alive still.
(3v2). Viperio advantage. Great from Swaggy to eradicate that, but yeah, not ideal. Not ideal that he overstays his welcome. Ents has rotated down. But he is just left in the clutch in the 1v2. And he's got to play mind games. Gambles towards B. Unfortunately, Viperio moved towards A. Does he have the time to get up? Well, he did. Now, not so much. Making all the noise in the world. MMS should know he's up close, and Giraffe will have him taken down. 8-7 here, Nao. So a close affair, but it is indeed Chetz that lead at the halftime whistle. Viperio now transition to that CT side. It's go big or go home. It's the final 15 rounds of the BO3. Who comes out on top? That's what will be ciphered out up next.
I could be strong, survival on my own, but now I'm running out of hope. I need somebody else to save me from myself, a love to
Hello, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. An even half, and I gotta say, not something we expected. Chetz were running away with their CT side, and look where we stand now. Viperio have clawed it back to 7 rounds at the half, and I gotta say, for Chetz, if they end up losing this map and subsequently this series, they are going to be kicking themselves. They choked out what was such a brilliant lead. It was 8-3 at one point.
Yeah, I mean, you want to talk about scorelines, you want to talk about opportunities. This was a massive blunder for Chetz to really get ahead of the curve, right? This was their chance to stab at it, really work it out. Now, it's as close as you like, and Viperio on that favoured CT side. Question is, can they make it stick? Can they convert in the third and final map where it matters most? Already, shots rattling off, and it sounds like those Glocks doing work. Xavi opening kill, Gizmy gone. So Viperio down to 4, but it's a triple stack towards B. 2 on site, 1 from heaven. Artist Doolies need to have the same output as Swaggies in round 1, but it's MMS's USP to kick things off. But low HP across the board might just be their demise because Ensign Swaggy both with kills. 2v3, now down to 2 as Ping. He has his say. MMS slips up close. Ents in the smoke, waiting for it to fade. Doesn't see anyone's head. MMS has played this one perfectly as he's able to snipe down Xavi from a closer range. Ents is swinging. Ents is still swinging. Can he win out the round? The clock has to reload. It's so scrappy from both opponents. Ping low, but he's got enough to survive a single bullet, and that is your difference. 11 points of health, but Viperio equalise.
Yeah, how was Ping being able to walk away with success? They so low on HP, and Ents just cannot connect that final bullet, the final body shot to see it off. And we're all tied square. What a capitulation from Chetz.
Yeah.
As we mentioned, 8-3, now all tied square, and with no bomb plant, Chetz can't really even compete in towards the force by round in terms of firepower. Pistols coming through, bit of utility. Viperio should comfortably take a lead here.
Should do. Fast play towards B. Ping, yeah, I mean, good damage onto the initial player, but caught out afterwards. 4v3, I mean, at least it's all kicking up. Viperio are the team to be blasting dust into the atmosphere, though, as it's just TBS left, and one of 2 M4s that have been invested by Viperio in his hands. But not for long, as Gizmy will save it. Viperio ahead, 9-8.
Yeah, I mean, Viperio, you've just got to be impressed with the work they've put in to climb this one back in their favour. 9-8 now, they've got a lead, and you look toward the T side, once again, nothing really to be brought in towards this round in terms of the firepower. Just going to be pistols. You got a couple of Deagles, bit of utility, or not even actually a bit of utility, just a bit of armor in the hands of Ents. It's a horrible scenario. They're just going to try and pug their way to a bomb plant if they can.
Mate, how crazy this has been. Things are only just kicking off as well. Chetz on an eco in this round. Certainly can prevail in the next. Deagle, ooh, Wentz. Giving it a try, I respect it. Trying to just manipulate play, I guess, with these pistols. Do maximum damage with minimum investment. Right now, though, it is a game of cat and mouse for Chetz. They just want to get as close as they can without really like exposing themselves or you know, giving Viperio any hint that is indeed the A-site push.
Molly will come through. MMS just cautious of that close long position, and he's, well, rightfully so. I think for MMS is about playing contact here and baiting them in towards the MP9, and there it is. Lots to step up for 1. MMS for a double his own, looking for 3, and as that Molotov comes at his feet, it leaves TVS all alone. Needs to get the bomb, needs to find the kill. Just a flawless 10th on the board for Viperio. What a start, what a resurgence, what a comeback. From a side who looked down and out for the count, they have come right back into this and extended a lead to 2 rounds in their favour. Now Chetz, a full buy for them. And if they fail to convert it, already, for me, feels like the nails being banged into that coffin.
Certainly the case this round. 100% you're thinking. Chetz need it to stay in the game, to stay alive, as you said, to keep in contention with an on-form Viperio. I like this position from MMS. Confident that, you know, he can take the fight towards middle, but passive enough where he's not exactly peeking down playground where an AWP of Chetz can be holding or a rifle looking over the top of the smoke. It's an unorthodox one. Doesn't work out, but nice to see some differ in the defaults because Viperio started with 3 towards A, if I'm not mistaken, that round, and only 2 towards B. So they try and earn themselves a bit of control, not really giving any fights. They're more than happy to back away and play the numbers game, which is pretty nice to see.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, where we are right now for Viperio, I mean, this being a bonus round as well, even if it doesn't go in their favor, if they make it super expensive, that's already a nicety. They're M4 at range, just trying to cause a problem. But the utility might come through off the back of it. Nice nade, in fact, as Dutchy chunked down to 35 points of HP. A lot of control taken for long as 3 bodies make their presence known.
MMS in on signpost, a double stack on truck. As Chetz start to build up play towards A, Viperio, you feel like they've already had this one read. They know what's about to hit them. Flashes in, Javi spots out 2, doesn't quite know where the crossfires stand, and it is Artist to hold his ground for a second. Deagle drawn, could be good for more. It's damage to TVS, a 2v2, 12 seconds left. Gizmy sits in the smoke. TVS on the other side as it starts to fade, Gizmy will have that one dead to rights, and it's Swaggy in the clutch. An MP9 to assist Gizmy, but it's a kit on the SMG that could pay dividends in this round. Gizmy goes swinging, does not need the kit anyways. It's 11 on the board for Viperio. A bomb defused means a bomb planted, and that means $800 extra between all the players. Chetz have enough to buy. Do you dare test the waters with an investment here, though? I think they do.
Yeah, I think they probably will, just because they've A, got lost bonus to work with, and now bomb plot money, as you mentioned. That extra 800 really going to pad out the pockets a bit, but another round for Chetz where you say that was one of their best opportunities to, turn the tide, and they've lost against a bonus. That's a bonus round. Viperio had 2 MP9s to work with in that round, and they still converted it. I feel very, very concerned that this CT side from Viperio is just a little bit too strong, and Chetz a little bit too inconsistent. Fullback coming through. Nade, a healthy one at that, but it will just go just past the 2 players flying their way in towards mid.
Let's see. Not a bad attempt ping through the wall. All right, I like that. Decent business. Going for a little jump spot as well. Ping's having a look. Can't find much. But a man advantage. Viperio, we've seen it before. They're more than happy. Just playing that man advantage, grinding out those seconds on the clock. Just being as annoying as they can be.
Yeah, at the moment, I gotta say for Viperio, I mean, they don't need to do anything. Literally, if they just park up, they can win the round just off the back of that. I mean, look where they stand. Triple stack over towards B. That play towards railing as well is always a nuisance to clear, and he'll get a free B. For Gizmy, it's such a difficult angle to clear about utility. Yeah,
I mean, now look, right, if he drops a smoke, a flash, anything, it just gives him a bit of space. But they're playing a crossfire. Look, you expect Gizmy to be playing left, but another player to swing from the right. It's so uncalled for. Chetz, now in a 1v5, it's TVS that walks the plank, and he will be plunged into the water. Viperio just push him off the edge, 12-8. And the gap starts to expand as the odds of Chetz winning the BO3 starts to shrink. Mate, rough times. Real rough times. 4 more rounds, that's it. That is it. Chetz have got to go on an 8-round streak if they want to win this convincingly. They can afford to lose a few, but as soon as Viperio hit 15, you're no longer playing for a win. You're playing for OT.
I think Chetz as well, you can already start to see that there's definitely an element of tilt starting to play in towards their game as well. As they fly their way through in towards mid, into a short. Artist will line up 2, and with ease mow them down. He's looking for one more in towards that of top. Can't enter or show his face as he drops MMS. Once again trying to line up more Artists. This time he'll fall. Back to a 3 versus 3. And potentially upgrades in terms of rifles collected too.
Not bad. I mean, decent start for Chetz, as you said, considering that was a faster paced play. And they sort of send it right in. The fact that they walk away with 2 rifles is pretty impressive. And the fact that the numbers are level is even more so. Hence, having a look on long. Ping might have just jump spotted him. If he has, that's massive. If not, that's all right. A flash, I mean, surely they did, right? And I mean, that's a lot of information. You know, someone's posted on the flower pots like that because surely you'd put 2 and 2 together and think, well, someone's got to be holding his short right to avoid the flank, which is a massive gamble in general. And the fact that he was holding it for such a long, prolonged period of time, I feel like is the former, not the latter. And that should give you an idea it's an A play, and that's why Ping is alongside Gizmy. It's the double A hold. A passive play from Giraffe towards B. 25 seconds. Chetz have to go for this, but they rotate out just in time. Chetz, they're going to walk into a free site.
Yeah, I mean, that's a rough call. Falling away 15 seconds. Any sound cue heard here will be huge for Ping. He needs to make sure he can find. If he finds that bomb, that'll change things. Molotov will come on towards the site, and planting is going to be difficult. Xavi forced off.
Does he have time?
5 seconds.
Oh, the smoke gets clutched up. Giraffe now in the clutch scenario. 1v2. Both players tagged. Needs to hit heads, though. Can't afford to take damage. Dutchy, gun barrel. Surely he spots him. Pre-fires around the corner. And there's a second smoke he can drop on top of the bomb. Nowhere to be seen, Xavi. He was playing for time, but Giraffe will take it away from him. A 13th on the board for Viperio. Another round stall. And Chetz's chances keep on dimming as Viperio may just be welcomed into the semi-finals off of the back of a 1v1 defuse. Balls of steel by Giraffe, but calculated amidst chaos. 3 away from victory. Viperio continue to work at 16. What a brilliant clutch from Giraffe, though.
And you absolutely hate to say it, but Xavi outplayed himself. That's just as simple as that. You know, if Xavi stays back bathrooms and just plays for the plant from that close position, a different affair. He knows the lineup. It's very, very simple. But he tries to go for this long rotation all the way through the backside of bathrooms, wrapping around. And because of that, he just cannot seem to get there in time. And credit to Viperio as well. In an intense situation like that, to just drop a smoke and ninja defuse it, you've got to give a lot of credit. And, you know, the age-old saying of pros don't fake works wonders. Now, tech pause coming through, and I think for Chetz, you know, regardless of where things are right now, they know that they're in a horrible scenario. Viperio are 5 rounds ahead of them and 3 rounds away from taking the map, the series, and taking a first-class ticket in towards those semis. What a game we've had here. What a game indeed. And I think a lot of it has to go towards the way in which Viperio kind of, their mental reset to turn things on. We were 8-3 at one point, and everything was looking like Chetz were setting themselves up for a dominant map number 3, and, well, how the tables have turned.
Oh, man, Chetz. Running out of chances, gents. Running out of chances. See round 22. What they have in store for us here. Is there any change to the Chetz default? Well, a lot of damage and a fast-paced push. 1 player killed for a monster. Giraffe keeps going forward, though. Is it so unorthodox? TVS doesn't expect it. Oh, my God, Giraffe. Massive where it matters. 4v2. Xavi and Swaggy. No matter the chance that you give them, there's just not enough time. There's not enough resources. 14-8. Viperio keep on hacking at it. And that's another one that just you feel so bad for Chetz. It's going to have to be a rebuy. There's no denying it. They're just going to keep buying and buying and buying.
Yeah.
But for Viperio, every round 1 is 1 less chance Chetz have of getting back into this game.
You're going to hate to say it, but I think this one's dead in the water. I mean, it is so far-fetched. I mean, granted, it's not impossible, but it's improbable for this Chetz side to get back into this game. And first of all, the mountain they have to climb in terms of their mental state, and then the round differential themselves. Oh, no. Not a great nade from Artis, but, you know, in the grand scheme, it doesn't matter. Minor mistakes don't matter, because it's major mistakes over towards Chetz, which have been the real issue.
Letting the penny drop just for a second there towards short. Viperio were able to mop up the entire round from it. Smoke has to be used on top of the molly. And MMS has caught TVS. Swaggy will trade. So the connector hold isn't all bad. Giraffe goes looking. Just tucked in behind the molly. Xavi as well. 55 points of health. This round, very back and forth right now, but it's a chance for Chetz as they sit level numbers. 4v4 boost. Is it held? They have a look here. Viperio. Giraffe seems to be keen on the angle. It's not elevated enough to catch the top of the head of Xavi.
Still waiting, right? Looking for an opportunity. Not be given too much. And Giraffe knows all too well about this. The second he's given even a pixel to work with, it's going to look pretty over towards Viperio. Dropping down. Not making even a noise yet. And just as I say that, Swaggy does make some sound cues in the drop. And now they're not all to where Gizmy posts up in that position that he found success with earlier. And then without the utility, the top one, they came in a great flash for the lineup. A lot of damage though, and Giraffe will trade.
That's massive. Needs to find another though. Needs to stay alive more predominantly. And he does! Giraffe riding it so low as he finds them all. A quad kill in the round. And another masterclass performance from Giraffe. 15-8 map series semi-final point. Viperio and Chetz come so close yet so far. A very impressive display out on Vertigo to really change momentum. But you knew when the half ended, what, 8-7. Chances were minimal. Did you expect it to be as flawless it is for Viperio now? Probably not. Man, does it look good, though, for a CT side. For Chetz, playoff stage better than both seasons before. But they'll be kicking themselves because on a different day, this game certainly was winnable.
Yeah, I think rookie mistakes have piled up and they're being consecutive, consistent. That's the only consistency we've seen the Chetz towards Overpass. And what a start, Artist 1, make that 2 as the AWP rains off Supreme. Dutchy on final of his own. But I think this is job done, ladies and gentlemen. There's 2 remain alive for Chetz. It's Ents, it's Xavi, who've got a world of trouble and a world to deal with. And a nade will see it all down to one man. The new boy on the block, Xavi, in a 1 versus 4 to deny. Viperio will see this one off 16-8. They move forward in towards the semi-finals as Chetz came so close to live in some former glory, but today is not their day. It's a rough showing from them where inconsistencies plagued, and unfortunately, we bid them farewell.
Hey, Viperio just bound to the best, it feels like, in that series. Chetz, I mean, a nice attempt out on Vertigo, but Viperio, your series winners, 16-8 on Overpass, and that gives them a slot.